Today's loss was so sad and pathetic that it was funny. I laughed. I thought it was funny. I legitimately laughed. Like, I was laughing at certain points in the game. It's still funny. Like, we just handed... No, you... Hey, idiot. We just handed the Texans their second win of the season. Like, what a fitting end to what is basically the nail in the coffin to our playoff hopes. Because, you know, it doesn't matter if we beat Dallas or not. Shh, calm down. Because if we beat Dallas, we still have to beat the Jaguars. And if we lose to Dallas, we still have to beat the Jaguars. Because if we tie, they have the record against us. So it really does not matter at all. So maybe relax, calm down. Shh, relax. So and we're not beating the Jaguars. Okay, we're not. I don't think we are. I'm gonna go on record and say we're not beating the Jaguars. It's well, let me start somewhere else, okay? First of all, you know, the Texans were on an upward trajectory. You can see that based on the way they played the Cowboys, okay? The Titans have clearly been on a downward trajectory. So maybe this game isn't as crazy. You know, losing to the Texans maybe isn't as crazy as it seems like. But that being said, upward trajectory or not, it's the Texans. It's like, come on, bro. Like, I can't name any players on their team. I can't name any players on their team. Derrick Henry fumbled again. He's had a lot of fumbles this year. He's clearly on a decline. Now, he's still great. You know, we're talking about an all-time Hall of Fame rusher, right? Runner of the football, declining. So he's still going to be good for the next 2 years at least, like really good. Like, I think he had 1,303 yards coming into the game today, and I think he had 12 touchdowns, right? So now today he rushed for 129 yards, so he has 1,429, I think, something like that, rushing yards and 13 touchdowns. So he's on pace to finish the season at 1,500, you know, and 1,500 yards. Shh, calm down, baby. And 15 touchdowns. Now that's still, you know, all pro level. I'm not saying he's gonna get it, but it's deserving of recognition. All pro level production. But he's fumbled the ball more this year than I've ever seen him fumble the ball. It's clearly a sign of some kind of decline. That, or maybe it's just cognizant, like he needs to just take better care of the football. I don't know. What I do know is that Malik Willis did not play well today. He played better than any other time I've seen him play, which, shh, calm down, dude. Which I know how, like, that's not very encouraging. But it is what it is. I don't have a lot of reason to have faith in Malik Willis, but I will do so anyway. I've seen his interviews. I think he's a good kid. I think, obviously, you know, he's a project, so he's not going to be good next year either, but the year after that, when we can really start to evaluate him. So, you know, I'm going to be positive. We're clearly going to fire our offensive coordinator after this, you know, this season, so that's positive news. Ataney's got, like, ankle surgery. He went to Alabama to get ankle surgery. He's going to come back good next year. Obviously, we're going to focus a lot on the offensive line on this year's draft and receivers as well. So it's like, you know, it's okay that this season didn't go as planned. I don't believe we're making the playoffs. We have to beat Jacksonville, and I've seen nothing at all in the last few weeks that tells me we can do it without Tannehill. You know, an offense ran by Malik Willis running the football and Henry running the football is only going to work if our offensive line is going to block, and we can't do that. And it's also only going to work if our defense has an amazing day. So, you know what? I'm going to hold out a little bit of hope and say that it's possible that our defense has, a great performance that we're capable of doing at the end of the year against the Jags, and Henry gets over 100 yards rushing, a touchdown or two. So if we can hold the Jags down to under like 17 points and get a couple from Henry and maybe like one from Malik Willis, then yeah, that's our chance. But I'm not betting on it. I don't believe it. We're gonna get murdered against the Cowboys next week, and I don't think it matters too much. It doesn't matter at all, actually. Here's how we're going to make the playoffs still, okay? This is what we're going to have to do to make the playoffs. The game against the Cowboys is meaningless because at the end of the day, we're tied with Jacksonville. So whether we win or lose, if we lose to Jacksonville the last game, they have the tiebreaker. Or wait, no, timeout. We have to beat Jacksonville regardless. So we should rest all of our starters against the Cowboys, make sure they heal, recover as much as they can. We should have Malik Willis, running quarterback drills every day until then. Hope we can get him at his best. Hope our team comes in fresh, as least injured as possible. I know Danico Autry left the game with the chest injury again. We're going to need that guy against the Jags. We're going to get killed on Thursday Night Football, and that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's about making the playoffs. There are no moral victories here. Beating the Cowboys and losing to the Jags is worse than, just getting into the playoffs. So we got to rest our starters, try to get into the playoffs. That will be, obviously a failure considering where this team came in this year, but based on what the last 6 weeks have been like, I consider that to be a W of a season based on what we've seen happen over the last 5 weeks and with Tanny out and stuff. So if we can just get into the playoffs, I don't think we much deserve it. I think the Jags have a better chance at making a run. I think the Jags are more exciting to watch right now. The only reason I'm still watching is to see if Henry can, break into that 1,500-yard threshold, which he can. And 15 touchdowns, he has 13, so that'll be the interesting one. Excuse me. So, that's the only reason I see to watch the team right now. But like I said, if we can make a playoff run, that'd be a tremendous victory for what the season's been like. And last but not least, I think we're going to be doing pretty well if we can sneak into the playoffs, draft some offensive linemen, and some receivers, have Tanny come back healthy. So yeah, there definitely is a solid path forward in my opinion to go for this team. But losing to the Texans today, I mean, dude, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. Like, what in the world? I don't like it's not even sad necessarily, it's funny. Like, I thought that was funny. I was laughing. It's hard not to kind of smirk at it, dude. The Texans, like, I knew we had regressed when all of our team got injured, but we started 7-3 and now we're 7-8. So, the regression is very, very, very real. But I did not know that we would regress from being the number one seed in the AFC last year with almost the same roster. I mean, yeah, we lost some linebackers. We lost receivers. I get it, but I can't believe that we could regress from being AFC champions or title contenders or whatever to all of a sudden being just AFC South champions by mid-season to now getting knocked out of the playoffs Well, that was like a week ago, starting to look like that. And now to not even being able to beat the Texans, like this is one of the most downward slopes imaginable. It's ridiculous. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna go get some junk food from Safeway. I live in California, not Tennessee. We have something here called Safeway. It's like a Kroger that they have down south and shit. So I'm gonna go get some food to recover emotionally from this game. But this is a tough one to make sense of. We handed them their second win of the season. It makes it worse. It's so bad that they won this game. They were not supposed to win this game. Like, their coach might be happy, their upper management is not. Because the thing is this. They're potentially playing themselves out of the number 1 draft pick by winning games. Like, that's how much we were supposed to win. Like, it is not even beneficial for the Texans to win these games. And we still managed to lose them to the Texans. So, fuck it.